Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, the content that we're going to cover tonight is breaking news. Now, we have been watching this gun negotiation deal that's been going on in the Senate for like 3 weeks. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, and one of the big things that we've said on every turn was watch this because it can turn on a dime, it can happen, and you won't even notice that it's occurring. Well, that happened tonight. We went from Sunday and Monday to having zero language, having nothing out there, having other senators saying no bill and deal exist, to all of a sudden it being submitted, and now it is going towards debate. It has passed the filibuster tonight. This occurred from 5:30 p.m. this evening to 7:30 p.m. It was introduced for a vote by Schumer. It is now past the filibuster for debate. Now, before you get too amped and before you start going off the walls, listen to what's in this bill, because we've said over and over and over again when we've been discussing this, it's about the legislative language. What's in there, what's not. That's what I've got for you. Everything is going to be linked in the description box below for your review. The bill language itself will not be this just to protect the source of which I achieved it from, or received it from. But we got to dive into this, and if you guys are new, make sure you are subscribed and we earn that subscription, because this is breaking and it's going to be changing on the dime. Their goal is to have this done by Friday. All right, check this out. This is a corroborating source from CNN. Senators unveil long-awaited text for bipartisan gun safety legislation. So 7:30 p.m., so an hour and a half ago from the filming of this video. Now, what's important is, as of the filming of this video, that's all that has happened. It's been a vote for filibuster passage to actually debate. Okay, that's where we're at right now. CNN. A group of senators released the text Tuesday evening for a bipartisan gun safety bill, a key moment for the high-stakes efforts to pass legislation to counter gun violence in a highly polarized political climate. So that's what we've been talking about the whole time, right? It is not yet clear how widespread GOP support will be from the measure now that the legislative text is finalized. But in a key indicator of support from GOP leadership, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said Tuesday evening he supports the bill. Quote, "I support the bill text that Senator Cornyn and our colleagues have produced," McConnell said in a statement. And now this is what the bill is called, titled the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. Okay? And that's what I'm about to show you. So this is the actual text from the bill itself. Again, listen to the details, because that's where it's important. There are 3 major parts that I'm going to hit on, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments on this. This act may be cited as the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, so we talk about the exact same thing. First thing that is not a surprise, and we knew it was coming, the juvenile records thing. It's exactly as expected. 3 days to 10 days is the maximum amount of time for enhanced background checks, which would include before you're an adult, so minor activities. So like you're 16 to 18, all the stuff that happens mentally, criminally, all that stuff will be included on your next background check. That's essentially the high level. Again, not a lot of details that I'm going to walk into right there, because not that much has changed. But now let's get to the juicy part, the red flag laws. And this is the part that's intriguingly interesting, because remember what we talked about on this channel. It's all about the due process. It's all about what they do to make sure that due process is protected. If they don't, that's a terrible thing. If they do, interesting. All right, so check it out. This is what's actually in here. Extreme risk protection order programs, which must include at a minimum. This is a minimum. And the heightened evidentiary standards and proof under such programs must, at all appropriate phases to prevent any violation of any constitutional right, at minimum, prevent reliance upon evidence that is unsworn or unaffirmed, irrelevant, based on inadmissible hearsay, unreliable, vague, speculative, and lacking a foundation. And this is something else that I didn't think was going to be in here, penalties for abuse of the program. So if we're sitting on that just for a second, you're talking about a penalty if you abuse the program, which was one of the critiques that everyone on the gun rights side of things said. Is there any penalty if you abuse this program? They put that in there. At a minimum, prevent reliance upon evidence that is unsworn or unaffirmed, irrelevant, based on inadmissible hearsay, unreliable, vague, speculative, and lacking foundation. Now, that's also something that pro-gun rights activists were saying, so someone could just say something and I'm without my guns. That's an incredibly important part. Now, I'm just trying to report to you what I've got so far. Lots more videos going to come from this, so make sure you are subscribed. And now here's the boyfriend loophole. Defining a dating relationship, which is another point of contention, which the rights side of things, the gun rights side of things, was extremely concerned about. How vague, what's that language look like? Check this out. Whether a relationship constitute a dating relationship under subparagraph A shall be determined based on consideration of the length of the relationship, the nature of the relationship, and the frequency and type of interaction between the individuals involved in the relationship. They even went as far as to say specifically, a casual acquaintanceship or ordinary fraternization in a business or social context does not constitute a dating relationship under subparagraph A. Okay, that C part, that's a one-night stand. But that's the stuff that they've got in there so far. I'm going to do a lot more videos. This is as breaking as I can get it, but I wanted to bring it to you guys quickly so you knew what they were actually talking about. Again, this has passed the filibuster. This is opening up for debate. Schumer wants this done by the end of Friday. I'm going to have a lot more videos on this. I'll break this down more deeply, and I hope that this is helpful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the bullet points, where we're probably going to dive into something more related to this. Thank you so much. I'll see you then.